In this video marketing tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a viral TikTok from scratch. Hi, my name is Noah and I've been creating TikToks that have gotten over 700,000 views in one case and many other videos with similar results. The strategy that I'm going to show you in this video is the same strategy that I've used to build my account to what it is today. So in this video, we're going to be creating a brand new TikTok from scratch. All right, let's get into it. So step number one is planning. So pull out that pen and paper, get your notepad app, and let's start writing. If you're not already creating TikToks, the first thing that you're going to want to make sure of is that you have a niche and that you're creating TikTok for a market that actually wants to see that content. In my case, I'm a video producer, so most of my content is going to be about filmmaking topics and video marketing tips. To decide on a niche, choose something that you're already good at and passionate about. So for example, if you're passionate about playing guitar, then make content that guitarists will want to see. If you're passionate about coffee, make content about that. The point is that choose something that's gonna last. If you're not passionate about it, you're gonna get bored and you're not gonna be able to stay consistent and you're not gonna have that motivation to keep going. Not only that, but create something consistently. Not to mention that if you're creating content about something that you're passionate about, that passion is actually gonna come through your videos and the viewer can feel it. It's like magic, I don't know. But trust me, it works. The key to TikTok is really just about being authentic. People come to TikTok for authenticity and just genuine, good content. Like I said, for me, I'm super passionate about filmmaking, so for the sake of this tutorial, I'm gonna be making a TikTok about lighting your videos. Another tip is that you should research the content that's already doing well in your niche, so that way you can create content with a similar structure. Pay attention to things like what that viral content looks like, sounds like, and how long it is. So generally speaking, I would say keep your content under a minute. When planning the structure of your TikTok videos, just keep it simple. I like to break it down into three main sections. You have the hook, the value, and then the call to action. So the hook is the first thing you say and the first thing you show on camera within that first 3 seconds. And you want the hook to be something that's gonna grab the viewer's attention. So you wanna use language and imagery that's gonna evoke curiosity and hint as to what the video is gonna be about, but don't give it all away. So for the TikTok I'm making in this video, my hook is gonna be, I turned this image into this image, and here's how I did it. For the visual hook in my video, I'm gonna show the before and the after of my lighting setup, and everything in between is the value that they're gonna get by watching my video till the very end. And that brings me to part number 2, which is the value. So the value is what the viewer gets out of watching your video. You know, like what's in it for them. A trick that you can use to figuring this part out is to really think about the one takeaway message that you want that viewer to walk away with after they've watched your video. Just keep it simple. One takeaway message per video is ideal. Too many takeaway messages in one video is just gonna leave the viewer confused and less likely to finish the video. Halfway through, they're gonna ask themselves, what's the point of this? Why am I watching this? And they're just gonna scroll on to something else. And after all, it really is that easy. We've all done it. I know you have. And so have I. Provide value in the form of entertainment, education, or inspiration. So in my case, I'm gonna provide value in the form of education because I wanna show other filmmakers how they can light their videos to get similar results. And next up is a call to action. If you're wondering what a call to action is, here's a good example of one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you wanna learn to produce and promote your video content. All right, you see what I did there? The reason you want a call to action at the end of your video is because if you tell them to follow you at the end of the video, TikTok's gonna realize that, oh, this person wants to see more of this type of content. Or if you tell them to leave a comment, you're creating a discussion, and that's really good for building a community, which is ideal for long-term brand growth. Not only that, but when TikTok sees that people are engaging with the content, they're gonna push it out to more people. And a bonus tip is to reply to as many comments as possible. It's really just gonna help you build trust, authority, and a community. So for the call to action in the TikTok I'm about to create, I'm gonna use hit that follow button if you wanna see more content just like this. So that pretty much covers everything when it comes to planning your TikToks. If you really wanna take it a step further, you can try planning all the logistics of the production, like what camera you're gonna shoot with, what lights, how you're gonna set it up, where you're gonna shoot, who's gonna be in the video, who's gonna edit, who's gonna do all this. So I'm gonna film my TikTok in my apartment with my own equipment. I know how to use everything, so I'm just gonna skip this step for now. All right, now that brings me to step number 2, which is actually filming your video. All right, so for filming your video, you don't need to have a crazy expensive camera or some elaborate lighting setup like I have. You can really just get away with your smartphone and maybe an external mic. So one tip I have for lighting your videos is at least have one light source pointing at you when you're recording. If you don't have any lights, you can stand next to a window or you can use some lights that you find around your home. Just make sure that whatever you're showing on camera is clearly visible and it's not dark and very grainy and hard to see. Now, having a high production value video is not something that you absolutely need to succeed on TikTok. It just goes into kind of the brand you want to build and establishing that brand identity. So for me, for example, I usually just film my TikToks with my phone, but sometimes I do use my professional camera and lighting equipment. It really just depends on the video that I'm going for. However, I will say that the most important thing to consider when filming your TikToks is having good audio. Audio is going to be way more important than the quality of your video, and the key to getting good audio is just have a microphone that's close to the source. If you're using your iPhone, generally speaking, the microphone is probably going to be further away from the audio source, which is you, the person talking. So it'll make the audio sound a lot more washed out, quiet, and muffled. So that's why if you are going to be recording with your phone, I do recommend using a microphone like this. This is just a lav mic that I got on Amazon for like about 20 bucks. And if you can see here, it plugs directly into your iPhone. Just like that. Just clip it to your shirt and now you can have good audio. All right, so I'm gonna go film my content. I'll be right back and then we'll get into editing. All right, so I'm back. I got all my content shot. We're ready to move on to step 3, which is editing. So for my video, I'm gonna be editing on my phone using the free video editing software CapCut. However, it doesn't really matter what editing software you're using. Use whatever works for you. Sometimes I use Premiere Pro. All right, so I'm here in CapCut. I'm just gonna import all my footage, just like that. I'm gonna press add. All right, now it's in CapCut. And mainly the thing that you want to do here is make sure that you're getting rid of all the dead space between cuts. So just cut out everything that you don't need. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And the dead space is usually the part of the clip that comes before you just started talking and right after you're finished talking. Unlike the other video platforms, with TikTok and short form content, you usually want your cuts to come in a little hot, and even in some cases a little too hot. Another thing you might want to consider is adding text or captions to come up on the screen. And this is because not everyone's gonna watch your video with audio. They just might not be in a position where they can listen to the audio out loud. They might not have headphones in, or they might be in a loud spot, so they might rely on captions to actually consume the content. Another thing to consider is that you want to change up the image on screen every couple seconds. This way you're keeping the viewer engaged with something fresh to look at. This is going to help ensure that they watch the video until the very end, which is ultimately our goal. So as you can see here, I have my cuts set up so that every couple of seconds I cut to something new. And you can also see that I've added text here to the different parts of the video to kind of just show what's going on. And that way the viewer can actually watch the video and get a sense of what's happening without actually needing audio. Another thing you can do is add sound effects just to help keep that viewer engaged and change it up, keep it fresh. And as you can see, I added this impact sound effect right here as I clap my hands, just to keep the video a bit more interesting right off the get-go. Remember, the most important metric to consider when creating your content is watch time and video completion. You want to optimize for these metrics when you're producing your content. The goal is to maximize watch time and video completion. This way the TikTok algorithm knows that this is content that people want to watch and that people are interested in, and that way they're going to push that content out to more people. All right, once you're done editing your video and you're ready to export it and post, what you can do is come up here, click export. It's gonna export, and now you're just about ready to post the video. And that brings me to step 4, which is actually posting your video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump onto my phone, I'm gonna open the TikTok app, I'm gonna click this little plus here, and I'm just going to select the video. What I like to do is add some music, just like that. I wanna make sure that my original sound is a lot higher than the music, so I'm just gonna do one of those. And then I'm gonna add full captions by clicking this little button right here. I'm gonna click save, then click next. What I like to do when writing the description of my video is choose something relevant, because TikTok is becoming search-based, so people can actually search for content and find your videos, but it'll only do that if you have relevant keywords in the description, in the first 3 seconds of your video, and in the thumbnail as well. I'm just gonna write something like video, lighting, setup, and then I'll do hashtag filmmaking, hashtag lighting, setup, hashtag content, creator tips, hashtag video making. And then I'm just gonna choose a cover. I'm gonna find something that looks cool. So this like little clap thing, or I think this spot in the video works well. I'm gonna click this to add a cover. I'm gonna give my thumbnail a little title. So I'm gonna do lighting, setup. I'm gonna make it nice and big so that you can see it. And then I'm gonna press save and then post. And there you have it. There's a complete overview on how I create my TikToks from start to finish and how you can do it too. Right now I'm editing this whole video, and just checking in on it, we're already at 30,000 views on that very TikTok that we just posted. But wait, there's more. If you want to grow a following on any social media platform, there's a lot of different strategies and tactics that you can implement, but consistency is ultimately the best one. Whether you're a business that wants to connect with new customers and reach new horizons, or just a personal brand that wants to grow a following, these strategies and everything I showed you in this video will help you do that. And video marketing doesn't just end with TikTok. There are many other ways of building your brand with video, many other types of content you can produce, and many other platforms that you can post that content on to reach new audiences and to build your brand. This video is really only scratching the surface when it comes to video marketing. If you want to learn more about how to build a successful brand with video, I highly suggest you check out my free video marketing blueprint titled The 5 Steps to Building a Highly Profitable Brand with Video. All right guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.